now the host of Entertainment Now, Gail Scott-Key.
Kristina and Ritchie, I have to tell you, EC3 has been more than a guest of the Gail Scott-Key Entertainment Now show over the years. He's one of the family. And in this half hour, we invite you to join our family reunion of sorts, as my talented and dear friend EC is not only known as a world-class drummer, but also CEO of SBU Entertainment and a collaborator with Tyrone Jackson of EC3 Productions Company that help elevate artists into new levels in the music industry. Now, one such artist in particular has her CD Here to Stay, featured on EC3 Vibe Artist Showcase now on Facebook. I've checked it out. You should too on YouTube. It is amazing. And she's been featured on my show before, and so happy to have her back as well, as she is Wendy B. I am so excited to have EC and Wendy here. Welcome. It's been too long, you guys. Happy family reunion.
I know. Thank you. Thank you for having me back. It's awesome. Good to see you.
Pleasure. It is my pleasure. And I want that blouse. I just want you to know that. Yeah.
It's actually a dress. It's so pretty. It's a dress. Yeah.
Well, you're so beautiful, Wendy.
Oh, well, thank you. You are beautiful yourself.
Oh, well, thank you. You look like a princess sitting there.
Thank you.
You're going to raid the closets. That's what the women do.
Yes.
So excited to have you here. And EC, congratulations. You have been doing so much. I understand you're also part of the Recording Academy for the Grammys. Come on.
Yeah. I'm a producer for the DC chapter. Yes. And yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, just yeah, I'm just putting out so much music. It's really like, it's just been absolutely insane because the pandemic kind of threw things off. And then what you don't know is I had to undergo major back surgery.
I heard about that. How are you
major. I'm still recovering. I mean, but I am back playing a little bit. I'm able to record a little bit, not my full thing. But I mean, I took all that time that I was recovering from the back surgery to write music. And I just really I let that help the pain, because I was in I'm still in pain, but I couldn't even get up and walk. I couldn't even stand up. And I took that, I really did. I channeled that energy or that pain and put it into the music. And I mean, I got so much music to release. I have to pace myself on putting it out because I just got like so much that's ready to go.
Well, you're in demand. That's how it goes. You're in demand, and you're on YouTube.
It's
so
what
a great problem to have.
Yeah.
It's a problem to have.
Too much. Yeah.
Better than the flip side. Yes.
See, I gotta tell you, it's such an honor. I right away, and I was kind of reading a little bit about you, and I was like, you know, this guy stepped into the Vegas scene. I was reading about the whole Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, this whole, you know, this. How did you get into that scene?
Well, yeah. Well, it started out when I graduated high school. I went right into the Naval Music Conservatory, which that in itself is extremely difficult to get accepted in, especially when you're somebody like me that came from an inner city high school and didn't have the academic background like a lot of people have that get accepted into that conservatory. So when I graduated from that. I had a great time doing that, and I ended up moving out to Las Vegas. And because of my reading and my academics, musically, I was able to do all the gigs that everybody wanted to get to pay the really good money in the orchestra pit, you know, playing the drum kit as well as xylophone, marimba, timpanis, all the percussion. And so it just kind of like, you know, it came from a lot of hard work. I can tell you that, a lot of hard work.
Wow.
And with the EC3 vibe, with the productions that you have been doing, it's been elevating artists, and of course the beautiful Davey.
How did you two meet? How did you two meet, EC and Wendy?
I'll let Wendy tell you that story.
Okay. Well, I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and so
Texas.
Texas. So I guess we're going on 4 years going on. I was performing. I'm a performer, of course, in the area. I was had just finished my first album, and another artist from the area heard EC do an interview about another artist that he's produced. And so a gentleman got a hold of EC, and we ended up meeting. And I had asked EC if he could do my next album, and lo and behold, I'm in the DC area recording Here to Stay, my second album, Here to Stay, which is doing so well.
It is, because I've listened to it on Facebook. I've seen the clip, and of course everybody's invited to give their votes on it. Of course you get my vote, my dear.
Oh, thank you.
You always have my vote. But tell us a little bit about the background of collaboration now for Here to Stay and being featured on, and this is what I love, the EC3 Vibe Artist Showcase, which you're featured on. And everybody who's watching, make sure that you go to Wendy B's Facebook page, all of the platforms. We're going to make sure that we're going to mention that. Yes. But the music is extraordinary. EC, Wendy, tell us about that collaboration.
Yeah, it was a trip, Gail, because she left a little bit of the story out. There was a gentleman in San Antonio that wanted me to come out and see if I was interested in doing her record. I didn't know who she was, and I said, well, why don't you just send me her music? He goes, no, I'd rather you come out and experience her live. And I said, well, okay, if you want to put this bill, then it's all good. Okay, he did. He flew me out there, took care of everything. I went to the concert, and I listened to her, and I knew there was something about her voice that I really liked in terms of the timbre of her voice. I love that tone, but I really wasn't feeling the band. I really wasn't feeling the material they were doing. So I passed. I said, nah, I'm not, I don't think I'm a pass, I think. And then when me and her met, we really didn't hit it off too well. It was kind of like a lot of tension. She said I was arrogant, but I don't know. Maybe I am. I'm not sure. But it was just this tension, we kind of had this tension. And she came to a concert that I did in San Antonio. And we ran into each other at the concert. And I was like, oh, God, because I had already left her this message I wasn't going to do her record. So I thought I was going to have this mad woman on me, like jumping on me or something. I'm just saying. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot, Gail. But she was so polite. She was like, "Oh, I got your message, and I understand, And I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Why don't you call me tomorrow?" And she said, "Okay, well, I'll call you tomorrow morning." Now, what you all don't know, but I'm gonna just tell you because you don't know this. But we started off really, really shaky, really, really bad. We're actually getting married in about 4 weeks. So yeah.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
I know, yeah. We're getting married in 4 weeks.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Congratulations.
Wait a minute. I need to make sure that my hair wasn't covering my ear. You just say you're getting married, and is this the first time on Gail Scott-Key's Entertainment Now show?
We haven't told anybody. So I'm
okay. We need to see that ring again, though. Flash that ring again. Okay.
Yeah, she's bling bling. Yeah, she's bling bling.
Wow, news flash on Gail Scott-Key.
Yes.
Entertainment.
You heard it here first.
It is
we have not told anybody. We have not told anybody. I mean,
congratulations.
Had to do it with you, Gail. Had to do it with you, Gail. Had to do that. Yes. Yeah.
You two are going to be a real power couple. Sure.
Yeah. We're doing it. And the trip is we're getting married in the recording studio that I work out of, Bias Recording Studios, in the studio. Then we're having a private concert and recording for everybody that's there immediately following the ceremony. So imagine getting married in the recording studio. That's just
you have Zoom guests. You got to have Zoom wedding guests,
Yeah, we will. We are actually. They're going to be broadcasting. Actually, it's actually going to be broadcast. So yeah. I'll make sure you got. I got you, Gail. I got you.
Oh wow.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
This is such a great story.
I know.
I've never had this on my show before. I've never ever.
There you go.
Wow,
I'm the first.
What a treat! And you both have worked with so many legends, that it just blow away. This just makes sense, So.
And I've never, in my whole career, I've never wanted to. I've never dated anybody that I work with, singers, vocalists, because I don't even like most vocalists, to be honest with you.
They don't like you either.
And they don't like me either. They don't like me, but they love me. I'll tell you that. They don't like me personally, but they love what I do for them musically.
Yes.
And they only don't like me because I'm not a BSer. I'm like real straightforward. And I don't, you know, in the studio, I'm like a drill sergeant, I guess. I just want to get
No,
the
you're not.
I want to get the best. I want the best, and I won't accept anything less than
That's
the
true.
best. And I actually, I mean, when I say I don't like them, I mean I love them. I don't like them. We have this love-hate kind of thing. But I've never dated like I did Wednesday. I never ever thought I'd be married to a singer. I've worked with hundreds of singers in my life and never ever wanted to do that. So she got me. Yeah, she got me, Gail.
She's so special.
Now, where are you actually locared, EC?
I'm in DC and Vegas, but DC mainly.
Okay, so who's going where?
She's already moved to DC.
I've moved to DC 3 years. Actually,
Yeah, she's been out here almost 3 years now. Yeah, she's been out
Wow.
here.
What a treat for DC. You know who's gonna love that is our audio producer.
Yeah.
He's out there in DC. When he gets to hear this, he's gonna love that.
Well, he should know about Bias Recording Studios. I'm sure he knows about that. So
He's a great fan of music, you know. Too.
Yeah.
So I'm still like on this.
I
she's
know.
like she's got the ring on it. He's got the smiles, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
This is the most beautiful thing I've
I
ever.
never saw it coming, Gail. I never saw it coming.
I didn't either.
And the truth is, Gail, she looks like she's a beautiful lady, and she looks like a little girl, but she has this very youthful, which she is young. I mean, but so a funny
Thank
story.
you.
Funny story.
A great compliment.
A very funny story. We were at the gym recently, and because of my back surgery, I go swimming. So she's helping me out of the pool, and there's this Asian lady in the corner, and she comes over and she goes to Wendy. She goes, "Oh, you help your father." Oh, and we're like, "Oh no!" We just cracked up laughing. I mean, it was hilarious. But I mean, she looks like a little girl. They think she's like 19 and 23 and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, making me look like a pervert. Yeah, making me look like a pervert. Yeah.
Wow.
So they're getting married. They're not father and daughter. Let's clear
No,
all
we're not
the air.
father and daughter. No.
right.
No.
Far from it. Yeah.
I'm so happy for you two. So now you're going to have to make room on that wall behind you, and it's going to have to part like the Red Sea. Full wedding picture and more awards to both of you because I see in your destiny. Because you know I can. I'm so.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Gail. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well,
It feels weird saying it because we haven't really told anybody, so it feels like really weird. So.
it's gonna. Well, you know, as soon as this is released, it's gonna be. Hey, what?
I know. Yeah, but it's all good. We're ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
So are we gonna see you two performing together then?
Yeah.
Well, we just did a concert in San Antonio. We just did that, and I had to play percussion because I couldn't play the drum kit because of my legs. So I played congas and timbales, and the show was hot. It was killing, jam-packed audience, and she was phenomenal. She turned it out. It was great. And now the concert on December the 10th after the wedding is going to be live. So yeah, it's going to be on and popping at the studio. Yeah.
I love it. And I particularly like when you were talking about. Yes, I particularly like when you were saying that you grew up inner city.
Yes.
You know, and from inner city to basically, this is for our viewing audience because we'll have to tell our listeners, but from that to basically, we've got, playing the drums, for some of the greats out there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm curious though, because it looked like you went also to. I'm trying to understand the order. You were a producer and arranger, a member of the Recording Academy for the Grammys, obviously.
Yes.
Did that come before Vegas, or did Vegas come?
Vegas came first. Vegas
came first.
Yeah, I was like 22 years old when I moved to Las Vegas, and I just started getting all the really good gigs and all the good reading shows. Doing a lot of show reading. That's what I was doing in the orchestra pit, which I love doing. So I did that for years and years and years and years and years. The producing thing just kind of fell in my lap about 15 years ago. I just had people that I work with, and they would say, "EC, would you do it? Would you produce my record?" And I'm like, "Well, that's not really my thing. I'll play on it." And they were like, "Well, okay, we'll play on it." And then I started playing on it, then I started making suggestions, and the next thing you knew, I was producing the record. And so I think the production thing fell in my lap, and it's just something that I was just naturally good at. I think, at least I think I'm good at it. I think so.
I think
you're great.
And you know, the women were just salivating because, you know, we just have to interrupt because, of course, now that we know that there's a wedding, we have to get like the dirt. We got to get the tea about the dress, about the singing, about the bling. And of course, girl, if you're going to sing, you know, you have to have this. See?
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
There you go.
You got the lip. Okay. We got you
right.
So,
That's
so
right.
we need you. We're going to make this happen half because the girls are just like, and what is the
Yes.
deal?
Of course, the first thing we think is dress. I mean, do you have one yet?
I have the dress.
Okay.
The one. We call it David's bridal, the one. I found the one. So
Now, see, we're not going to ruin it. We're not even going to say what it looks like because we all know. Because I remember when I got married, all the girls came in the back to see me, and I was like, oh, and I was just like, so like, oh, okay. You know, so she has to have an entrance, ladies.
that's right.
Yes, yes. Now is somebody going to perform one of the songs, you know, for you guys, or is it secret? Nobody knows what's happening, or?
No, we have a couple of people, a couple of artists are going to come and play and sing for us, and I'm bringing my band in from Atlanta, and yeah, it's going to be a very musical wedding. It's not going to be your typical wedding at all.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You.
yeah,
That only makes sense.
yes.
You gave me what I needed. I understand. So we'll get back into the interview.
Yes. Well, do you guys?
I know it got sidetracked. It's all about the wedding now, okay?
It is all. I mean, it's so exciting. Weddings are so beautiful.
They are.
Do you guys come down to Atlanta? That's where I'm at in Atlanta. So do you
Really?
come and perform? Yeah.
I perform in Atlanta all the time. I haven't since the pandemic, but
Okay.
Atlanta, I grew up in Atlanta. I went to high school in Atlanta. I even spent some college time in Atlanta. I have family in Atlanta. Yeah, I've worked in Atlanta a zillion times. Where in Atlanta are you?
Well, I'm actually in a place called Loganville. So I'm like
Yeah, I know where that
35.
I know where
Okay,
that-
so I'm like 35 miles northeast. And
Okay.
sometimes Ritchie comes over to Atlanta. So if we can get Gail down here, then we can come down and see you when you're here. That would be
That's
amazing.
right. Yeah.
The next concert I do in Atlanta, I will make sure you know about it, because
Yes, please
I was performing
do.
there like at least maybe 3 or 4 times a year. I used to perform there until the pandemic. So
Okay.
yeah, I love Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta's, you know, it's kind of like home for me a little bit.
Yeah.
Seems like
Yeah.
everything is just coming together for you.
is.
And now it's like Wendy is just like the cherry on the top because I'm telling you, my head's still going to be spinning after this.
I can
And-
tell.
You know, I'm like, you almost straighten out my hair. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Wendy, for yourself, collaborating, and now, of course, everybody's going to say the first thing that you do, because I know what I did when I got married. I hyphenated my name because, of course, being in the broadcast industry. How
Yeah.
does that look for you? What are some of the projects that you're looking at even after being married to this wonderful, wonderful man?
Yes, well, we've already started working on a new project, which is kind of kooky because when we had our concert in San Antonio, right before, we just wanted to start doing something new. So we were going to think about, he kept saying your voice is something different. And so I'm starting to sing more jazz, straight ahead jazz. So because EC, he's that producer that he knows where to put you. And so my next album is called entitled My New Chapter. It's going to be a straight ahead album. I'm just so excited that EC's working. He's working really hard on this album, so I cannot wait for everybody to. Oh, and then along with that, we're still discussing if we're gonna keep it at Wendy B. Since I'm gonna be changing my last name. I'm taking his last name. So.
Oh, Wendy Coleman.
Am I gonna be the first one to ask it? What's the
The Wednesday.
Wednesday ball? What is that? You know, what's that all about? I'm gonna ask it because nobody else is asking.
Oh, well, I have a cousin named, no, growing up, my mother had her sister had a child named Tuesday. And so my parents, when they had me, named me Wednesday. So
So you're not
with that,
from the Adams family because you're beautiful. So see,
Oh.
you just want to
no,
make
it
that
wasn't from Adam's family. Nope. And then I do have a sister named Thursday.
No, come on. No, are you
Great
serious?
though.
You serious? No, she
That
does.
is so unique.
does.
That's
She
so
does.
unique.
people think you're messing with them when you use Wednesday because they'll call you
Yes.
Wendy.
Oh no, every time if I say that I want to log in or to a new account or something, and they ask you to put their name, your name, and I put and they would say, we need a real name. I'm like, so that's my name.
Yeah.
When I say key, they drop the key. They think I'm kidding. And I'm like, no, that's really my name. It's my married name. It's hyphenated.
Right.
That's
right.
great. You didn't have to rebrand yourself. That's fantastic. For EC, I was going to ask how much of your, I saw that also you teach master classes. I don't know if you're still doing that. How much of your life is the actual teaching and the coaching of others? Is that something you do often? Or?
I do. I do it at the collegiate level. Most of my master classes. I'm a percussion man. That's what I mean. I live for rhythm. I have tattoos with rhythm. I have on my neck. I got it in Brazil. In Portuguese, I have slave to the rhythm. So any black man that put slave anything on their neck must be in love with what they're talking about. So rhythm is everything for me.
I'm Cuban. I'm Cuban.
Man, my man.
Come on now.
Well, there we go.
Rhythm's gonna get you.
There we go. Rhythm's gonna get you all the time, man. But yeah, so I love teaching master classes because I am a student of the drum. So yeah, I love it and I still do it. Probably get back to it maybe sometime mid-year.
I love it. I love it. I actually had a roommate for a little bit, and he's a drummer. Also grew up inner city, and I know he's gonna see this and be very inspired. He can still make it happen. He's a young guy. You know?
Okay.
So I absolutely love it. Maybe he needs to find that. Are you going to do any of your master classes online?
No, I'm not. I'm more of an in-person guy, man. I'm old school. Everybody's been asking me to do that. I know. And maybe one day I will. But I really prefer going to the college and sitting down with the students and face to face. And I love that. I just love that. I love that. I just love that. Yeah, I love that.
And you know something, you know how it goes always. I cannot even believe in the half hour, the time has gone by so quickly, but it has. And I'm still, my head, oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. And I'm so, so honored that not only that you dropped the news here on the show, but I am wishing you both the absolute best of the most of love and the most of caring and the best music in the world forever that I know that you two are going to.
Thank you so much, Gail.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you know, you got to come back here too.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Mr. and Mrs.
Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah, by time.
Yes, absolutely.
Anytime, Gail. Anytime for you. Anytime.
We'll be sure to post all your links. You have a wonderful site. If there's anything you want us to share, Gail's show is on the major podcast platforms as well as on video now.
Okay.
And, somebody's going to
a bunch of music.
Go ahead and share what they are. Richard, go ahead. Take it away.
Sure. And all the major podcast platforms, including Spotify, TuneIn. Kristina, why don't you do the other half?
All right. So there's Stitcher, Apple, Pandora. There's 7 different ones, and we're also going to flash them on here, but it'll go out. This is a brand new thing for Gail, so her show is expanding and growing too. So
congratulations! Yay!
Yes.
Gail, I have two Pandora stations myself. I have 2, so yes.
Well,
that's great.
I have 2. I have 2.
Now we know to tune in and listen.
Yeah.
You deserve it, Gail. I'm so happy for you.
Oh,
yes.
Really happy for you.
Thank you so much. And we're also going to feature this on YouTube. And I'm sure that everybody listening and watching are wishing you two the best of all happiness that you deserve. I am so glad we started on this journey. And I remember, I believe it's been 2 years ago, if not a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more.
Yeah.
And now here we are with Ritchie Rich and Kristina. And I'm so excited. The family's complete.
There you go.
There you go.
Incredible honor. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank all 3 of you.
Thank you.
So much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very, very nice. And for all of you tuning in, make sure that you tune in on YouTube and all the major platforms, and it will be on the social media platforms on Facebook as well as Instagram. And we always love that you tune in to the show on behalf of Ritchie Rich, Munguia, and Kristina Millsaps, EC and Wednesday. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm down now and let you guys go.
There you go.
Thank you.
So,
Bye.
Bye-bye.
now.